Brador with Golden Link, and I just want to give you a quick look at how to use transparency and shadowing in some of your designs to just get a different look, just to kind of refine and elevate the look of your designs. So this one right here obviously is a phone that's sending us a message, and we're trying to highlight that message in the graphic picture. These are super fun to use because there's so many different ways that you can use it in messages and putting that out there. And so many of us are used to using our phones anyway, so it looks really familiar. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this design so we can kind of go back and forth and see what it is that we're doing. So the first thing I'm going to look at here is this green message box. So the green message box is obviously the dominant part of the picture. It is our message that we're literally pointing our eyes to. But I want to show you a couple things that you can do with this message box that's going to make this pop even more off the page. And it is going to draw your readers in. And, that's what we want it to do. We want it to look aesthetically pleasing to your followers and your potential followers. So I'm going to click on this green box here and go up to my transparency tool. And what I want to do is I want to bring it down to about like a 95%, 94% transparency, because I want it to be transparent enough where I can see that there's a phone underneath it, but not too light that I'm losing the words on the top. This is probably one of the biggest mistakes that I see people make with transparencies is they make it too light, then it gets too busy and they're just losing everything, okay? So there are places where you can use lighter transparencies, but not in this particular case. So when I slide this down and I, look at like in the 50s or 60s, it's just too light. I lose the words on the top. So we still want that rich, dark, background so that those words will just pop right off. But we still want to add that transparency in because it does give us just a little peek of what's underneath, and it actually it doesn't look so heavy on the top, and it's just more aesthetically pleasing. So if we look at the design that we just did versus the original, we can really see where, that softness kind of comes in and it looks a little bit more refined. So the second thing that we're going to do is we're going to add a shadow to this box. Now, shadowing is super, super fun. Once you start learning how to do the shadowing, you're going to find all sorts of ways to add this into your designs, and you will realize that you're really creating a very pleasing look, especially when you're trying to accentuate certain things on a page or on the picture that you're doing. So if you go up to your element tools, just type in shadow like I have here, go into your graphics, there's all sorts of shadows that you can use, but I'm just going to use this first one. Plop it right down onto the page. I'm going to drag this to about the width of the message box, and then I'm going to go and take this and put it on the bottom. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to right click, go to arrange, and send backwards, because what we want this to do is we want this to be behind the green box, but we want it to be on top of the phone screen because we want it to appear as if it's almost rising up. So it gives us a little bit of a 3D dimension to that. So we see this here. This is the one that we just did versus that flat one that we had. So we can really see how adding a shadow and using transparency can kind of refine your look in a really quick and easy way. So I'm going to show you one more shadowing piece that we can do, and we're going to actually make this phone pop off this desk a little bit more by using shadowing. So we got a little bit of a shadow here, and that was just built into the template itself. It was not on the it was actually not on this design, but we're going to go ahead and add a little bit more there. So I'm going to take the same shadow graphic. I'm going to move it over to the side here and flip it around, get it to be the length of our phone. Pull this down a little bit. All right. And I'm going to scoot this in because I don't want it to be like a really big shadow. I just want it to be kind of faint. So this one we're going to have to send backwards a couple times because we want to make sure that we are behind the phone screen and behind that green box. So we just want to make sure that we're creating the right type of shadow to make sure that we're not placing a shadow where it doesn't belong, because then it won't look as good. So we can see there how that just kind of goes back. So again, let's look at the difference between what we have here and then just that flat look. So don't be afraid to play around with transparencies and with shadowing when you are doing your Canva designs. And the more that you start using it, the more you will realize there's places where this can go and you can have a lot of fun with it. So I hope you enjoyed my Canva tip for today. If you are interested in more Canva tips, please subscribe to our page. And also, this is just a glimpse of the things that we go through in our Canva classes. So watch for more Canva classes as they come, and learn Canva with Golden Link, and get inspired on how you can make amazing, amazing designs for your business. Thanks for watching.